Hey, it's Cheeky Linguini, and today I wanted to show you 3 easy 20-minute dinner ideas. So the number one complaint that I get from most people is I don't have the time to make dinner, and I hear you, because if a dinner takes me more than 20 minutes to make, I get frustrated and I don't really have the time for it. I'm busy, I have things to do, people to see, and during the weekday, I need to get in and out of the kitchen. So my strategy for staying organized during the week is to make a menu. So on Saturdays or Sundays before I go grocery shopping, I make a menu on my notepad on my phone, and it's literally just Monday through Sunday with lunch and dinner, and I fill in what I plan on eating for those meals. So I don't really include breakfast because I basically have a sandwich or eggs every day. So for lunch and dinner, I try to change it up so I don't get bored. And it's very easy for me to fill in the menu and visually see what I'm going to be eating. And let's say I'll have steak and asparagus and potatoes one day for dinner. I know that the next day for lunch, I can have the asparagus and potato leftovers with maybe some shrimp or chicken. So that's how I really organize myself on Saturdays and Sundays, so that when it comes down to in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, the guessing game comes out of it. I don't have to waste any time trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. I already know, I have, let's say, scheduled a shrimp scampi. And obviously, if I'm not in the mood for shrimp scampi, I could switch it up for another meal. Another strategy that keeps me organized and making quick meals during the week is to decide what side I'm going to make a big bulk in on Sundays. So that's either mashed potatoes or quinoa or rice. I normally make a big bulk of that on Sundays so that I can have it sporadically throughout the week. And normally making those dishes takes it takes a few more minutes than just 20 minutes. Mashed potatoes takes like an hour sometimes. So that's why doing it on Sundays is a great strategy to make your weekday meals much easier. I'll show you later in this video. I make a diced ham with potatoes and peas, and it took me about 10 minutes because the potatoes were already made. So with that, let me show you my 3 easy 20-minute dinner ideas. The first 20-minute meal is a cheeseburger with sauteed onions and peppers and a romaine salad. Red meat has been demonized by the media, and you hear people claiming that red meat causes heart disease and cancer, or that cows use up thousands and thousands of gallons of water, therefore eating meat is bad for you and bad for the environment. But that simply isn't true. First of all, when the studies have been done on red meat in Americans, they're looking at Americans eating the SAD diet, or the standard American diet, and this is typically consisting of grains and carbohydrates and lots of processed foods, fast foods, and the meat is coming from bacon, fast foods, deli meats, with some chicken and real ground beef. So of course the studies will come back showing that people are getting more heart disease and cancer. Studies now show and prove that heart disease increase is coming from the constantly spiking of your glucose, which is eating too much carbs, sugars, or processed foods. So basically everything in the standard American diet, but not the red meat. Red meat is the only food source on this planet with all of the minerals and essential amino acids we need to not only survive but thrive as human beings. I personally eat red meat about 3 to 4 times a week. Now, the argument that cows use all the water is just another marketing tactic. 94% of water allocated to beef is natural rainfall. About 30% of what cattle consume is directly returned to the ecosystem through urine and manure, which adds lots of beneficial nutrients to the grasslands. And the rotational grazing of the cows actually improves the soil's health and increases the soil's water holding capacity. So the argument that cows are bad for the environment is also not true. So for this 20-minute cheeseburger, I'm using Good Rancher's meat, which is my favorite because it's from American farms and it's grass-fed. And I put lots of pepper to give it a nice crust, and I just love pepper, with a little bit of salt. I then sliced up some onions and peppers and sauteed it along the burgers. The burgers take about 12 to 17 minutes to cook depending on how well done you like them. I then made a quick salad dressing with some full-fat plain yogurt, Dijon mustard, and a tiny bit of maple syrup, with the juice from half a lemon, some salt, and black pepper. Add in your greens. I like to use romaine because romaine is filled with minerals as opposed to iceberg or butter lettuce, which is really just water. Toss your salad and dressing together, and you can add some tomatoes or other veggies, but that's really all I had today. Once your burger is just about done, add your slice of cheese and toast your bread. And that's it. The burger should take altogether about 20 minutes to prepare, and you have a delicious burger with lots of nutrients and romaine salad to help balance out the carbs from the bread. The second meal is a classic that I used to eat growing up, and that's diced ham with peas on top of mashed potatoes with my favorite green starter, arugula salad, with olive oil, lemon, and Parmesan cheese. That's all it has, those 4 ingredients, and it's so good. I promise, give it a try. Now for the meal, I just put some olive oil and minced garlic in a pan and let that get a little hot, and then I added the ham. Once the ham got a little pan fried, I added the green peas, and that's it. I mashed potatoes on Sunday, so I heated them up and poured the ham and peas right over it. So good, and it only took about 10 minutes. Now the third meal I've got for you today is my husband's favorite, a shrimp scampi, and I also made it with arugula salad because, like I said, I love arugula salad. But the first thing to do is to boil your water with lots of salt and then measure out your pasta. Now for the shrimp scampi, I just added some olive oil, butter, and lots of garlic into a pan, then added the shrimp with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. Add a splash of milk and 2 tablespoons of full-fat yogurt. Mix it up and add in your pasta of choice. Shrimp scampi in just 15 minutes. And there you have it, 3 easy meals that can be made in 20 minutes or less. A cheeseburger, diced ham with peas and potatoes, and shrimp scampi. Another good tip to know is that most of the meals that I make can be switched and made into a new meal entirely. The diced ham with peas instead of on mashed potatoes can be put on top of pasta, and that's a delicious pasta dish. And the shrimp scampi can be put on top of mashed potatoes or rice, and there, instead of having 2 different meals, you've made 4 different meals with the same ingredients. So an easy way to switch up your meals so you don't get bored, and keeping it all relatively quick in the kitchen so that you're in and out but still able to eat some fresh whole foods. Another thing to remember is to eat your greens first. Making a well-balanced meal consists of having veggies, protein, fat, and carbs. So incorporate it all into your meals, eat those greens, and if this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. New videos every Thursday.